Hey, everyone. It's Saturday. And you know what that means? It's Small Business Saturday Shout Out. Woo! With me, your host, Alicia Couri. And I have an amazing guest for you today on the show. As always, we always find the most amazing, fascinating people. But before I bring her up and share her brilliance with you, I wanted to, first of all, invite you to join our Small Business Saturday Shout Out group on Facebook. So if you are watching us on YouTube, if you're just tuning in, please come on over to Small Business Saturday Shout Out. If you're on Facebook, look for the group, go into the search bar and search Small Business Saturday Shout Out and join our community of small business owners. Also, if you're on YouTube and you are watching and you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen, please show some love and subscribe, like, and if you can leave a comment, if you like this show, if you like this content, leave a comment for us on, if you're on Facebook or on YouTube, you can leave a comment. If you are not subscribed yet, I invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are on youtube.com/c/Alicia Couri. So you can go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I see we have some people saying hi. Hi, Erin. Thank you for joining us. And those of you on Facebook, hi. And if you are watching on Facebook and you're in the Small Business Saturday Shout Out group and you're watching us from that group, can you please do me the favor and put your name when you make a comment? Because Facebook, for privacy reasons, does not allow your name to pop up. It just says Facebook user. So if you can put your name, I would be happy to give you a little shout out and say hi. So thank you. Happy Saturday to you too. I bet you that's Corey. So yes, a little bit more housekeeping before we get going, because we have some additional benefits for Small Business Saturday Shout Out that we have added this year. This is Erin. Hi, Erin. You're on YouTube and on Facebook. Woohoo, lucky us. So we have a couple different things that we're offering during our Small Business Saturday Shout Out show. You know, of course, you can always book to be a guest and be interviewed on the show. That is incredible. But there are two other opportunities for you to get a shout out during the show. One is if you would like to do a 30-second commercial, if you either have something already filmed or you just want to pop on and give your elevator pitch, your 30-second pitch for your business, who you are, what you do, how you serve your customers. That's one opportunity. You just let me know you want to come on and do a 30-second pitch. And then the other opportunity we have is that if while you are on the show, for a shout out for me to just give you a shout out, just put your name, your business name, where you're located, and keep your comment short, what you do. So if you can put that in the comments section, I will shout you out either before I bring my guest up or right after my guest, the first guest. We will say, hey to you and your business. All right, Andy. Hello, Andy. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining us now on Small Business Saturday Shout Out. So again, you have three opportunities to be on the show. One, to be a guest. Two is to do a 30-second commercial, 30-second pitch for yourself and your business. And three, just join us here live. Write your name, where you're from, what your business is, and I will give you a hey shout out. All right. So now I want to bring up my guest. So just hold a second, wait a minute, and she will be right on after 30 seconds. You know what? Before I bring her up, I just realized I didn't even introduce myself. So, hey, everybody. This is Alicia Couri, the host of Small Business Saturday Shout Out. And I welcome you to the show today. My guest today is Janette, Ghedotte. I was almost ready to mess this up. Janette Ghedotte. And let me tell you a little bit about Janette. Janette, her company is Truth and Deception Detection. She's a truth and deception detection expert. Accurate body language is the key to crack the code, unlock the vault of nonverbal communication, and reveal the secrets of human interaction. She is the founder and CEO of Accurate Body Language. With over 20 years of corporate business, marketing, research, advertising, and strategic brand positioning, and clinical psychology experience, wow, Janette specializes in understanding the complexities of human behavior, interpersonal relationships, verbal and nonverbal body language communication. She has her business for over 7 years now, and she wants to share with us today the importance of body language in your personal and business interaction with others. So welcome to the show, Janette Ghedotte. Yay! Did I get it right? I
got it right.
Myself. I looked at it and I started getting in my head and I thought, no, I have to say this name right. She told me how to say it, like karate.
Yeah,
so that really helped.
It looks harder than it is when you know the tip.
You have to know the tip. I love it. So, I wanted to, first of all, why did you get into this field of body language reading?
Yes. Thank you for asking me and inviting me to your show. Thank you, Couri. The reason why I got into body language is because, hey, Couri, as a psychologist, I want to know how people react and behave and the relationships that we have. So when we're interacting with other people, the body reveals the truth, even though the words may not.
Mm-hmm.
So when you understand and can decode body language, you get closer to what the messages of the person are really conveying. And that can help business people because you can then, if you see distress signals, Alicia, then you can listen more and ask more questions and overcome your prospects' ease or discomfort so that they feel more aligned and connected with you to listen and receive what offerings you may have for them.
And it's so important that you know how to read what people do more than what they say, because what they do is really their subconscious intention. Like that is their subconscious actions.
That's right.
Not just what they're saying. Love it. So how, you were in corporate before, but why did you decide to start your own business?
Because I want to be the boss. Right? There's more power in being the boss. Plus it allows me the freedom to do what I need to do, which is to help empower people to reclaim, right, Couri? Reclaim our original language, which is body language. Alicia, you and I were born body language experts, but when we grow up, we suppress our natural born original language for verbal language. So now as adults, we have it in us to reclaim what was rightfully ours from the beginning.
That is so important to understand because the work I do also addresses your natural instincts for doing.
Yes.
Like, what are your natural instincts?
Yes.
And so many times we've been taught so much out of our natural instincts that we don't even know what those are anymore. Like we don't even know how to operate in those which is what's most natural for you and how you get the most results, the fastest results, the happiest, the most incredible feeling of accomplishment is in the things that you were naturally created to do in that way.
Yes.
So that's awesome. And you're absolutely right. Babies communicate very well non-verbally.
Yes.
They don't have a language yet. So
yes.
That's awesome. So tell me a little bit about who your ideal client is and how you serve them.
My ideal client are business leaders and entrepreneurs who really want to understand body language and give themselves a competitive advantage by leveraging the power of the body. And when you do, then your clients and your prospects and your team members will feel like you better understand them, can relate to them, and really understand their needs, wants, and desires. And that's who my ideal client is. Somebody who wants to get the truth of the matter of what's really being communicated.
So I love this truth and deception detection expert. Why did you come up with that particular phrasing for your business?
Because I bust them liars. That's why. Couri doesn't have to feel nervous whenever he's around me because he's a stand-up guy. But if you ain't a stand-up guy, then you ought to be shivering.
Because you're going to pull it out. You're going to call it out. Call it out. So there are two other questions I really want. And if you have any questions and you're watching for Janette, please put it in the chat if you have any questions for her about body language. But we're living right now in a Zoom world, right? In this digital communication age. And it was one thing when you were on the phone with somebody, but now with the video, how do you detect certain body language clues when, like right now, I'm talking to you, but I'm looking at the camera. So I don't know what you're actually doing until I stop talking and wait for you to talk. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what you're transmitting while I'm looking into the camera. And that's what we tell people to do. Look into the camera. Don't look at the person on the screen. So how do we navigate that?
Yes, there are limitations because we are stuck in this box. However, Alicia, I will use you as an example. As you were talking, and even before the show, you were using your hands. So when we are interacting with people on Zoom, watch the hands. You can't watch the feet, which is my first tip. Feet first. Look at the feet first. But secondly, you're watching your hands. So when I was watching you, Alicia, you were moving in close, which shows interaction with your prospect and attention with your prospect. And then your hands moved in sync with your words. You have to wonder if you're talking to somebody and you see them hugging themselves, or if you see them pacifying, because then that shows a little bit of distress or unease. So then you have to do whatever you need to do to make that person more at ease. If you notice the hands are off sync, or they'll say something and then the hands move, but it's off sync, then that's a hot spot that you have to wonder, why is Mr. Jones little off sync or incongruent with his words? And then that's when you have to dig deeper to find out what could be the problem. And then you cluster the clues. Just one body language gesture is just one piece of the puzzle, Alicia. You've got to cluster several things, and the more pieces that you have together, the greater clarity you get on what's going on.
Awesome. Thank you. So I have so my buddy Aaron here, he's a Philly automotive sales trainer, and he was saying that hand gestures and facial expressions are a way to check for congruency when you're in this digital age. But when it comes to facial expressions, and I want to say hey to Reverend Alicia Pitts. Thank you for joining us, Reverend Pitts. When it comes to facial expressions, because the hand gestures, you're saying like you have to cluster the clues. What kind of facial expressions can we look out for when looking at someone on video?
Yes. Well, if the torso moves forward, then you have more interest. If you're telling a person about your pricing and they move away, that's a signal that they're distancing from that. What you want to do is you want to look for the wrinkles by the eyes.
Nice. Really?
Okay. When you see wrinkles, that's a good
What about Botox?
that kind of complicates it. Now, Alicia, you have beautiful high cheekbones. So feel your cheekbones.
Yes.
When you see big apples in their cheeks and
the wrinkles. Oh, I have them.
And you really hit a home run if their eyes start to close like this, because when all the facial muscles are pulling this up and the eyes start to close, that means that they're having a good time with you and really laughing and enjoying. And if you see puppet lines from the outer nostrils to the upper corners and full teeth, look, okay, here.
Yeah, you always see my teeth. I always say you always see all the way to my molars.
So if Alicia sees this in me, then she can close on her products and services. If she sees, me distance and, I'm a little restricted, then you've got to bring me in. So I hope that helps.
Yes. Alicia says eyes are the windows to the soul. And Aaron was also answering that with eyes, lips, and torso. He also talks a lot about body language and sales training. So he's here as a backup kind of.
Also head nods, Alicia.
Head nods.
You want to get the person to nod her head or his head. So if you prime that person with 3 questions that the person will say yes to, right? Or you have, you want to see
that's that congruence with what they're saying and what they're doing.
Yes. Yeah. Now, in certain cultures, in America, the head nods this, but you have to be aware that in certain other cultures, there might be a head wobble. So know your cultures. That's
an important point too. Reverend Alicia also wanted to know if body language like folded arms, that's another key to disengagement.
Folded arms is a physical barrier between you and the other person, and it protects the vital organs of the torso, your lungs, your heart. So you have to wonder, why are the arms folded? And timing is everything. Timing is everything. A, what is the antecedent? B, what behaviors do you see? And C, start clustering the clues. It could be that the person is cold.
I was going to say that, because a lot of times I might not be disengaged, but I'm cold, so I do like this.
So what you want to do is, if you see that, you may say, Mrs. Jones, are you a little cold? I can bring you, a blanket or whatever. So notice the antecedent, or wonder what the antecedent is, notice the behaviors, and start clustering the clues.
Nice. I love it. I love it. And just as we are winding down, because this is really fascinating, and I love to talk about body language and all this, but what can I do to help people be more engaged? Like, actually, I have 2 questions in that. What can I do to help people be more engaged with me? 1. And number 2, for those who are nervous or have confidence challenges, I talked in one of my books about power posing and that lifting your energy. So talk to me a little bit about what I can do to bring people in more, and 2, power posing, or something that you can do to raise your level of confidence when entering a room, or something that you have to talk to people and you're a little bit nervous about it.
Well, Alicia, you have natural likability and approachability. And so you use the friendship formula, which show your brilliant smile, nod, tilt your head, and see what I'm doing? Okay, Alicia,
raise the eyebrows.
Raise the eyebrows. So when we see people we like, we naturally raise our eyebrows. Hey.
Hey.
So, So head tilt, everybody tilt your head,
Tilt your head a
nod
little bit
your
to the
head,
side, nod your head,
show those
smile.
wrinkles, and smile. And
Awesome.
of course, always ask about your prospect, because people love it when you show real, genuine concern about them and listen more. Those are my tips.
Perfect. Yes, and your posture when entering a room is also very, very important. So when and then the other side to that question was, if someone didn't feel that comfortable or wasn't that confident, how can they raise their level of confidence to get to feel better about approaching somebody?
Let's say you were having a face-to-face with somebody and you noticed some non-power signals. What you could do is you could invite that person to stand up. You want to shift the energy, shift the environment. Then you could ask Miss Jones to walk with you to the coffee place, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as Mrs. Jones is walking, you want to mirror and match her pace, her rhythm. And if her right leg goes out, your right leg goes out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That non-verbally tells her that you're trying to get in alignment, and she won't even know you're doing it. Then what you want to do is you want to offer her a warm beverage. If it's a warm beverage, you want to hand it to her so she almost touches she'll touch the warm
okay.
And possibly get very close to your hand. If you only have cold beverages, you do not want to hand off a cold beverage. You put the cold beverage near her
in front of them,
because you do not want to be associated with cold. So those are my nonverbal tips to get yourself better in alignment with a prospect or a client.
Thank you so much. Very, very helpful. And yep, spot on. You're getting the thumbs up. Awesome.
Oh, and thumbs up in certain cultures too may not be the positive that we Americans always show.
Yeah, the thumbs up. Yeah, cultural differences is huge. And we are in a global society, so you got to study up on cultural differences. Mirror and matching creates better connection. Absolutely, yes. Absolutely. Wow. So
regarding that last tip, mirror and match only neutral or power gestures. You do not want to mirror and match weak or insecure gestures that you may be seeing in your prospect. That's why you want to get them up and shifted around and then settled back in a different energy. So only mirror and match, neutral or positive.
All right, I have a question. It says, please explain the accordion hand gesture.
They may be telling you that they're good at accordion. No, a lot of speakers will stay in the box, but you have to determine if the hands appear natural and genuine. Or if they are stiff, it may be part of their baseline. So you have to know it to see if there's any deviation from their baseline. They may be naturally that way, so it may not mean that much because it's their natural baseline.
Nice. So I think that was it. I'm fascinated by that. They said Donald Trump. Yeah, that's his natural. He does that a lot.
That's his baseline. Yes.
That's his baseline.
Yes. It's no deviation because that's within his baseline.
Perfect.
I enjoyed this. Thank you for inviting
me. I have too. And I thank you so much for joining us on Small Business Saturday Shout Out and helping us to understand a little bit more about body language, especially in this digital world that we're living in, how you can still read your prospects or your colleagues on video and catch the clues so that you can either raise their level and bring them up so that they're in agreement with you, and you can start getting them to nod and smile and
get them to nod their heads.
Yes, I find a smile is it usually helps me connect with people and bring their guard down a little bit, because I'm always happy to see new people.
Now, here's a tip on smiling. It depends on the strategy. If you are going into a high negotiation situation where you're trying to negotiate multi-million-dollar contracts and you need to be the alpha, smile less, because smiling is more of a submissive and non-alpha. So it depends on each situation and using the body language to your best advantage to get what you need from the other person and yourself.
Thank you very much. Good thing I have some acting underneath my belt. I can also be a little bit
Diva.
diva.
Diva's good. Diva's good.
Thank you very much. Well, thank you so much. This has been insightful. It's been wonderful. I appreciate you for showing up and sharing your knowledge and wisdom with everyone. Stick around in the green room. Let me just close this out and we'll see you soon. We'll see you again, I'm sure. All right.
That's right. From head to toes, the body always shows the truth.
Thank you. Talk to you soon. So that was Janette Ghedotte sharing with us all about body language. You know what? I was so wrapped up in all the chat that I didn't even tell you guys how you can get in touch with Janette if you want to get in touch with Janette. So you can email her at accuratebodylanguage@gmail.com. So if you want to know anything about body language, you want more, you want some tips from her, you want to be a client of hers, contact her. You won't regret it. accuratebodylanguage@gmail.com. Now, before I close out the show, I did want to also remind everybody that this Wednesday is our very first masterclass. We're going to start doing some masterclasses here in the Small Business Saturday Shout Out group. In this community, we're going to only do it for this community. It won't be on YouTube and on any other pages on Facebook. It will only be shown in the Small Business Shout Out community. So if you're part of the community, our very first masterclass is Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And it's all around hiring the right support staff for your business. A lot of us are solopreneurs, entrepreneurs. We don't know how to hire. We don't know who to hire. We don't know what to have them do when we hire someone. You hire a VA and it's like, well, I don't know what to give them. I have to do everything still. And so we're going to give you some tips and some tools on hiring, especially around overseas VAs or overseas office managers, administration and administrators. So come on in on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern time here in the Facebook group for Small Business Saturday Shout Out. If you're not a member of the group yet, come on over to Facebook. It's going down across the bottom. It's facebook.com/groups/Small Business Saturday Shout Out. So we have this masterclass and we have another masterclass the following week. And that's all about setting up your business correctly. You want to set it up with the right structure. So we're going to do, how do you hire the right staff, find and hire the right staff. And then the following week, we're going to do a masterclass on business structure. So you don't want to miss those. I'm taking a breath right now. That's a deep breath. And if you want to get in touch with me, if you want to find me anywhere, connect with me on social media, go to alicia360.com and connect with me on all social media platforms. And I look forward to friending you everywhere. So this is Alicia. This is saying goodbye from Small Business Saturday Shout Out. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I know that next week, we're going to have a great show for you again. So don't forget to tune in. And if you want a shout out, if you want to be a guest on this show, connect with me, DM me, send me a message so that I can book you for either next Saturday or the following Saturday. But you can be a guest right here on Small Business Saturday Shout Out. Don't forget, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share this out with a friend if you think they need to know more about accurate body language. Don't forget, truth and deception detection. Find out how you can see if someone is telling you the truth and possibly be able to turn them around if they were a no when you're trying to sell them to a yes. I will see you next Saturday for another show. But before Saturday, please join us on Wednesday for our masterclass. This is Alicia Couri saying bye, love you, and I will see you again soon. Mwah.